thank you so much for being here with me for this video all about bright lipsticks. Very excited about this. The idea for this came to me over the weekend. We were at my in-laws, so that explains sort of the gap in video posting here lately. They had a Wall Street Journal out, and the article there just really caught my eye. It was about bright lipstick and just the trend women are sort of leaning toward in terms of just throwing on a bright lipstick, keeping the rest of the face fairly simple and neutral, and the tendency toward women feeling more comfortable spending, you know, between $30 and $40 for a single lipstick, and how different brands are really kind of latching onto this trend and turning out some beautiful bright colors. And one of the first things I noticed was that there was maybe in this whole article, I mean, they had many different lipsticks sort of displayed here and there, but it was primarily high-end lipsticks. So you all know where my head is going there. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, how many gorgeous, bright, beautiful drugstore lipsticks do I have that I would like to, you know, let people know are out there that are really, you know, great ways to follow this trend as well. I've rounded up, actually, my top favorite orange, coral, red, and pink lipsticks, as well as a couple of things that I would suggest to those of you who say, I'm really not comfortable going there with a bright lip color. A couple of things that can kind of transition you into getting a little more comfortable with that. Also, I surveyed my Facebook page to see what colors you guys were most interested in, and I said the question was, you know, what bright lipstick color would you be most likely to wear? And a lot of people said pink. That was the #1 answer, followed by coral, then red, and then orange. So we're going to go in that order, and I'm going to give you some really inexpensive recommendations that still pack such a punch. These are not just shades that I like, but these are formulas that I really enjoy the texture. Bright lipsticks are a really fun way to kind of use your lips as an accessory, basically. Jump in and talk about pinks, bright pinks that I really like, and the first one is Vivacious Fuchsia, and this is a Milani HD Advanced Lip Color. Really like how nicely these go on. This shade, as you can see, it's just creamy. It doesn't have any sparkle to it. Kind of see the almost purpley tones in that one, but it still strikes me as just a really nice bright pink. I rounded up also more of a pure pink this past weekend. I was out with my sisters-in-law, and I was, you know, still like thinking about this article, and I'm like, I want to get one new bright lipstick in light of this article, and I got Fuchsia Fever. It's one of the Maybelline Color Sensational lipsticks, and it's such a bright pink, but I wore it out later that night, and I thought it was actually really pretty. And you can see the difference between these two. This is a little more pinky, and this one has a little more of like that purple undertone. And then the brightest of the bright, one that I've always considered one of the brightest in my collection, and I love the Revlon Colorburst lipstick. So this one is Fuchsia. All the names include Fuchsia here, but that is really, you know, bright pink, and it's right here. As you can see, it's kind of similar to the Milani, but a little bit deeper. Coral was something you guys said you were interested in, and that's what I would call what I have on right now. It's not full-on orange, but it's kind of walking that line between orange with a little bit of pink or red tone thrown into it. So the one I'm wearing now is from NYX, and it's one of their round lipsticks, which are really affordable, and this shade is called Femme. So really pretty, maybe a little intimidating looking, but these go on really smooth. They're creamy. All the ones I've talked about so far, you know, there's no shimmer in there. But I love this color. It really brightens up the face. Pair it with a coral tone blush and you're good to go. Now this one is a Revlon Colorburst in Peach. I'm calling it kind of a coral peach. It's not a total orange, and it's a little bit lighter, but it still has some brightness. This one has a slightly pearl finish to it. Kind we brought up in terms of bright lips are reds, and one that I recommend to a lot of people, and so many people have come back to me and said thank you so much for telling me about this lipstick. It's so inexpensive. It's the NYX Ultra Moist Lip Wear in Sheer Red. It works on a lot of skin tones instead of just being, you know, bright tomatoey red. So I still feel like it gives a bold lip. It may not be the brightest color that I've put on my hand so far, but it's a very wearable red. In terms of a little bit brighter red, one that I want to tell you about is from Wet n Wild, and this is the Mega Shield lipsticks. I really like the feel of these. I've talked about them before. This one is called Salsa Lessons, and this is one of my favorites of the bunch. See how much difference there can be between reds? You know, when you talk about a red lipstick, that's why I think people get turned off sometimes, because they've maybe only experimented with one kind of red. There's so much out there, and this is more of like a bright kind, almost a little more towards a coral. And finally, a Revlon lip butter that I love so much, and this one is Cherry Tart. This is kind of like a classic red with a little bit of a berry twist, but it's, you can see the difference how Revlon Colorburst lip butters are giving you that little more glossy finish. Didn't get a lot of love in my Facebook poll, but I do want to share one with you, and this is from Wet n Wild, and this is one of their like matte finish lipsticks, which I'm not nuts about. I have to wear these in conjunction with a balm or a gloss for them to feel comfortable and not look too dry on my lips, but this one is 24 karat gold. This is really pure orange saturated color right here. So totally great orangey color. I also want to mention a couple of things for people who are thinking, I don't really want to go there with my lip look, or I need something to kind of transition me there. A couple of products I love are the Maybelline Baby Lips and also the Neutrogena Revitalizing Lip Balm in a couple of colors in particular. This one is Cherry Me, and I love this as a pretty red. In fact, I just recommended to someone on Twitter who said, you know, how do I kind of try something without going all out? And this gives a nice tint of like cherry red color. The other one is Sunny Berry from Neutrogena. This is a lot of color. This is really, really pretty for a, you know, a berry toned lip, get a glossy type finish on it, but not have quite as full a coverage as some of these other lipsticks. This was just intended to give you some low cost ideas. When you walk into a drugstore and you've got like a zillion different, you know, lipstick brands and shades to sort through, it was my hope that this would just kind of minimize the decision making process and give you some colors that have been tested and approved, at least by me. So thanks for watching again, guys. Bye.